Hello guys, I know that I'm gonna probably get into trouble for making this video, especially with the men, but I don't care. The truth is only one, and I'm here to speak it. Now, ladies, don't let any man put pressure on you to have sex with him. Okay, whether your boyfriend, your boss, or that rich client, or your father's rich friend who is your family friend, I say never let any man put pressure on you to have sex with him. That boyfriend who is constantly putting pressure on you for sex, whether you've never had sex before and he wants it for the first time, or you've been reluctantly giving him sex and you feel guilty each time you do it, but for him, he wants more and more sex. I'm telling you, never allow that to happen. And I'll tell you why. Now, that boss may threaten to dismiss you if you don't have sex with him, but I'm telling you, don't do it. That rich client who comes to your workplace and is trying to lure you into sex, you see, he might be a potentially good stepping stone for you in life to get you to where you want to go in life. But I'm telling you this, don't do it. Also, that rich family friend, he might hook you with the fact that you need his help. And he might say, if you don't have sex with me, I will not help you. Young lady, I'm telling you, don't do it. You see, that boyfriend of yours who is pressuring you to have sex with him, he might gaslight you by saying, you see, we've been together all this while, no sex. Prove your love to me. Prove your love to me by having sex with me. Don't do it. Okay, so another one too will say, oh, so you don't want to come to my place anymore, eh? Okay, then it means you are cheating on me. Okay, it's fine. You keep cheating, eh? You keep on cheating. You say, oh, it's fine. You keep on cheating. And so by doing that, you may want to just go back to having sex with him just to prove to him that you are not cheating. But I'm telling you, don't do it. Also, ladies, some of you too have made it a habit of feeding your boyfriends with sex and all sorts of filthy acts in bed with the intention that by doing so, you will be able to keep him. That too, I tell you, is not a good keeping strategy. It often backfires. Don't do it. Now, let me tell you why in all these scenarios, choosing the sex route is a bad idea. Now, let's talk about the boss. Now, listen, if a boss is able to chase after you at the workplace, it means that it's his habit. He often chases after the most attractive employee of the time. Then it means you are not going to be the first, nor are you going to be the last. Other prettier women are going to come at the job site, and later on, he is also going to chase after them. And how do you think the environment and the atmosphere of the workplace is going to be? Knowing and observing that the boss whom you thought was your boyfriend is now showing interest and giving more attention to the latest girl at the work site. How is that going to be for the working atmosphere in the company? How is that going to be? So in such an atmosphere, tension, quarrels, complaints, and fights. And this is going to be the beginning of how you lose interest in that work. You wouldn't want to continue anymore. Now, let's imagine the scenario where you accept the proposal of this boss and you start going out whilst working for him. Don't you know that it is going to create a very toxic self-empowerment for you? You may think that this might not probably happen, but listen. When the owner of the company, the CEO or the manager, etc., is nakeding himself in front of you in bed and doing all sorts of nasty things in bed with you, no sooner than later are you going to feel that you are probably the second boss in the company. Trust me, this is going to breed all sorts of pomposity where it begins to show in your character and your conduct at that workplace. Now your co-workers are going to see the changes in you. This is where you begin to rob your power in front of them. You wouldn't want to take any nonsense from anybody at the workplace, because you have the capability to be in the ear of the manager, and therefore any other person begins to look inferior to you at the workplace. That is going to be the outcome. Now, very soon, because you rob your power in the face of all these employees, and not just the employees, also the clients who come. I've seen this before. You are gradually going to lead most of these employees to quit their jobs, and you are also going to probably cause some of the clients to quit coming. You will probably end up collapsing the job. I've seen this before. Because look, you begin to show attitude at the workplace, but because you are romancing the boss will feel a bit powerless to confront you and critique you, and therefore it is going to begin to look like the boss is indisciplined. So in order to save face, and in order to not make it so obvious that he is having an affair with you, he may want to act strong, probably even criticize you in front of these people. And this is where the trouble begins to come. This is where the friction begins to come between you and the boss. Workplace romance is not good. Now, this is the situation. Only if the boss is single and is not married and is looking for a wife, it is a different situation. But if the boss is married, or the boss is in a relationship already and just wants to use you as dessert, then it means that you should be careful. Now, if you want to keep your job, you should be able to reject the proposal of this boss in a very intelligent way. Tell your boss, you see, I don't want to lose my respect for you. I know I'm beautiful and you want me in your life, but please, I just came to work and I don't want to affect the output of my work. So please, let's maintain this employee-boss relationship. Please, let's keep it there. Not in the situation where, because the boss has stooped so low before you, this is where you also begin to exercise your power over the boss in that situation. You are going to act rude to him. No, you might get dismissed from the work. As a woman, learn how to reject men intelligently and smartly and in a polite way. That is that. Now, let's talk about that rich family friend. You see, this type of man can be your father's friend, your mom's friend, a distant relative of your mom or a dad, etc. And oftentimes, these men are married, and you probably know their wife. And so, if this man is baiting you with sex before he gives you that help, it can be you needing some money for your school fees, you needing some money for your accommodation in hostel, you requiring some job or anything like that. And if this man, knowing the kind of friendship or the kind of family ties he has with your family, still wants to do this with you, then it means he is very evil. Now, this is the point that I want to make. Ladies, stay away from married men. And this is why. You see, in life as people on this earth, there are so many things that should be no-go area for people, for us. Some are specific to men and some are specific to women. One of these no-go areas, if you are a woman, is married men. Stay away from married men. And if you are a guy, stay away from married women. Ladies, why should you endeavor to stay away from married men? Now, this is the reason why. You see, when any man marries a woman during that wedding ceremony, vows are exchanged, and the man says, I promise to have no other woman apart from you, so help me God. You think he's making this vow in front of just the attendees of the marriage ceremony? No. This man is making this vow also before God. That is why we say before God and man. Now, God begins to move into the marriage to administer the marriage, because marriage was created by God and God is the patron of marriage. So this man who is standing before God making his vow that he is promising to take care of this woman, so God should help him. God is now playing his role in helping him fulfill his role as a man. This includes financial provision. So now this is why oftentimes as a single man, you can remain broke for a long time, but right after you marry, financial doors begin to open for you and you begin to get money, you begin to get opportunities. Why? Because marriage was created by God and God is the patron of marriage. So any money that comes into the life of this married man is supposed to go to the wife, to the kids. It is supposed to go into the household, the management of the household. Now, when you as a lady begin to have affairs with married men, note that you are taking away from one, the attention of the wife, the attention that is supposed to go to the wife, you are taking away from it. And two, the finances that is supposed to go to the wife and to the children and to the family, you as an outsider, as a lady, is taken away from that coffers. But note, I told you that God is the one assisting the man with the provision, meaning God is the one giving this money to this husband. And you as a lady coming to take away from the coffers, it means you are contending with God, because God is remaining faithful in helping this man provide for his family. And now you are taking away from that ability for the man to do that. Therefore, you are automatically cursing yourself. Ladies, I'm telling you, stay away from married men. Whoever that man is, whether a family friend or whoever, who is demanding sex from you before he helps you, I'm telling you, don't say to his face that, Mr. Man, I know who you are to us and I know your wife. If you don't stop this, please, I'm going to expose you. Don't do this. Ladies, and trust me, we have seen this before. God is going to provide for you whatever you are looking for. Now, let's talk about that boyfriend. If he is pressuring you for sex for the first time, now, know this. As he may say that, prove to me, prove your love to me, prove that you love me by having sex with me. This is what you should know, ladies. There are so many ways to prove your love to a man apart from sex. As a woman, when you genuinely love a man, there are so many signals that you give off that shows you genuinely love that guy. There are so many signs you demonstrate, and many of these signs you demonstrate them even unconsciously. Most of the time, you are not even aware that you are demonstrating how much you love the guy when you do that. It takes someone else on the outside to observe and say that, girl, you fall in love with this guy. And sometimes you can even argue and say, me, I'm not falling in love. I don't love that guy. No. Why are you saying that? No, I don't love that guy. Sometimes you may even deny because you yourself, you don't know that you are exhibiting these signs that you have fallen in love. Because look, when a woman genuinely loves you, there are so many signs that she portrays to give off a signal that she loves you. Here are some of these signs now. When a woman genuinely loves you, one, she can text you even good morning before you wake up. You wake up, you switch on your phone. Good morning. You see, it sounds like a cliche, but we've seen this before. One way you can see is that she constantly wants to hear your voice. She tries to even call you at random times that you are not even expecting. She wants to hear your voice all the time, and she can even call you at work. Haven't you experienced this before, that you know for sure that she's at the workplace and she'll put on her earphones and she'll be talking to you, and even while talking to you at the workplace, you can hear her attending to clients and serving clients and all that, and you say, oh, okay, so yeah, I see that you are working, I see you are at work, why don't we talk later on? She'll be like, no, don't worry, let's still talk. She just wants to hear your voice. So she can be attending to client, and right as the client leaves, she'll be like, okay, so let's continue. This and that. And another client will come and she'll say, oh, I'm coming. She can even leave the phone and step outside the workplace and go and do something. You are waiting on the call, and will come and tell you what happened that made her go outside. We've seen this before. She always wants to hear your voice. It's a sign that she genuinely loves you, and she wants your voice and your talking to be the soundtrack of her life. When a woman genuinely loves you, she goes even the extra mile to fix things in your life. You see, this is why some women come to your house. They come to your house and they pick this thing up, they put it at the right place, they clean this, they touch this, they arrange this, they reorder stuff, whether in your presence or in your absence. Because in her mind, she feels that, let me do all these things to impress the guy, so that when he comes and sees that I've done all these things, he will be impressed and be happy. And so some ladies are constantly washing the clothes of guys and all that. Why? Because when a woman loves you, she goes the extra mile to fix things in your life. Now, when a woman loves you, she even goes the extra mile to help you succeed in life. You see, there are some girls who are always on the lookout for help for their boyfriends. So they may be at a workplace and they see some old man with some influence, whether a politician or whoever. And she will even try to ingratiate herself with the man. Why? She is not interested in that man, but she just wants to find connections for the boyfriend. The man might probably even think that she is into him, but no. She can even lie. I have a brother and he's in need of employment. Can you get some job for my brother? And be talking on the phone with this old man and chatting with him just to seek help for her boyfriend. Some too contacting uncles, contacting relatives and all that just to find help for the boyfriend. And it even gets so bad to the point that some girls even steal things from their dads and sell them to get money to give to their boyfriends. All these are signs that prove to you as a man that the lady loves you. Even when a woman loves you genuinely, even how she looks at you, you can even see. You see that kind of look that I call it the caught up gaze of women. When women fall in love with guys, how they even look at her, even how she laughs at your jokes. I remember when we were kids and you see that all the boys would talk, but only you. With a little slightest thing you say, the one girl will laugh, cackling here and there. But let the other boys also speak. And she'll be like, but only you, once you crack any joke or anything, she'll begin to laugh extremely at your jokes. Why? She loves you, she's into you. You see, so all these are little signs that you have to observe and know that your woman loves you. And so, after demonstrating all these signs for him, and he still doesn't see your love, then it's either he's an extremely dumb individual who knows nothing about women at all, or he is just not interested in your love at all. He's only interested rather in your sex. And this makes him a very evil person. Now, I don't want to hear the statement, oh, I give her money, I buy her things, and so she too must reciprocate with her vagina. Now, let me tell you, the biggest misconception about dating is that dating should involve sex. This is the biggest misconception. This is extremely wrong. Now, I would have to make part 2 of this series and title it The Biggest Misconception About Dating. Now, what is dating all about? Dating is all about proving yourself. Proving yourself for what? Proving yourself that you are worthy to be married. And so if you're a guy, you, through the dating, are proving yourself that you are a worthy husband for this woman, and she too is proving herself. That is what dating is all about. Now, as a man, part of you proving yourself to the lady that you can be a potential good husband is by you giving her at least some money. Now, don't take me wrong, I'm not saying go and buy a house for her. I'm not saying give her some huge amount of money. All that I'm saying is that as a man, during the dating, as part of you trying to prove yourself that you could be a potentially good husband to the lady, you must at least be willing to spend some coins on her. And she is going to look at all these actions and demonstrations of yours to see that, yes, if I marry this man, he is going to be a provider for me. So you shouldn't think by you giving these little monies to the girl, you are now worthy to receive sex from her. No. So now, let me tell you some need to know points about what sex truly is in terms of relationship as it pertains to women. Ladies, listen to me. When a man succeeds in having sex with you without marrying you, he has taken value away from you. Because look, as a woman, one of your primary, most important values is purity. Purity is a key asset in your toolbox to use to demand a high quality man from God. Now listen, cheating is not when your boyfriend has sex with another girl. Cheating is when your boyfriend has sex with you for free and hasn't married you. Now, when it comes to sex, money is not enough. Money is not worth your body. Car is not worth your body. Even a house is not worth your body. This is why we sell cars and houses to save a person's life. We never sell a human being to buy or repair a car. And so if you hand your body over to a man and you receive money, a house or a car, it means you are only as valuable as a mere property of that man, just like any of his houses or any of his cars or the money in his pocket. But if you truly want to prove your value and your worth to a man, you only do that by demanding marriage from him before sex. Why? Because through marriage, you get to own the man and not just one of his cars or a house. And if you own the man, you own everything he has right now and in the future. And so, ladies, when a man has sex with you without marrying you, even if he gives you money, you have lost. Why? Because he can go on and do the same for another you. And you too can go on and squander that money or lose that property. As long as that man didn't give you himself through marriage, you have nothing. These are my parting words. If your guy is pressuring you for sex, pressure him for marriage. If he's pressuring you to come to his house, you too pressure him to come home to your father's house. But all in all, I'm telling you, don't let any man put pressure on you for sex. My name is Seth, the teacher, and catch you in the next video. If you want to contact me personally, check the description. Thank you very much.